go. Another game. Play now online. NBA 2K 2025 playoffs.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Şengün, the screen to the paint. Second shot opportunity. Goes up again. Out to Thompson. Brooks outside. Just 5 to shoot. Fades. The rebound by Atlanta.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
And Coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Niang, that's good.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Şengün, the screen. Here's Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Now Young. Clock at 6. Here's Daniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
Inside, Daniels really uses his agility, getting nimble to find himself a shot.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Allie, thank you. And there's a pick. Knocks it loose. Young with it. Guarded now by Holiday. On the wing, Daniels. Good. Daniels has got his second basket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Niang. Now here's Okongwu. Brooks outside. This one for three. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Young with it. Green picks him up. And stolen by Holiday. Here's the break. Three-pointer, Brooks. Here's Green. And it's Niang with the rebound.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Pass to Young. Here's Daniels. Counted from distance. Daniels has got 9 points.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Here's Thompson. Now here's Şengün. Three-pointer, Holiday. That shot off the mark. LeVert right side. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
Decent reach and solid instincts, allowing Thompson to get a hand on it.
Here's LeVert. Pass to Daniels. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Thompson outside to halt the run. On the wing, Holiday. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 6. From the arc. Here's Şengün. And that one's good. A nice job on the glass as they picked up 2 on the second effort.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks going into the break up 12. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And Stan, the league questioning the use of load management. I know you've wondered if it can even hurt conditioning.
There's no question, Brian. Look, since the age of load management has come into the NBA, injuries are up, not down. I think players have been deconditioned, and that's even before you get into the need of guys playing together more to gain a rhythm and an on-court chemistry. You know, like actually playing basketball together.
A novel idea. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie. Oh, Young with the power move.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
And six-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, and when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Green for three. Gay with a rebound. The Hawks lead by 14. Here's Matthews. No good on the triple. Here's Thompson. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Thompson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Well, we all know he's a good scorer, but Green also facilitates very well.
Out left to the wing. From deep. Matthews misses. Rockets trail by 12. On the wing, Thompson. Three-pointer off the mark.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Offensive rebound. And here's LeVert for three. Fires in the triple. LeVert's got 5 points.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Green's feeling it at the arc.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Niang, no good. And it's Houston's ball. A 12-point game. Sengun. Outside Holiday. On the wing, Green. Lets it go from deep. And he missed again. Now 1 of 5. Outside Young. Here's Matthews. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. A minute 50 left in the first half. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. He's got 7.
Listed height might be 6'5" for LeVert, but he plays bigger than that with his leaping ability and desire.
Pass to Green. Back to Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Substitution on the court.
Atlanta leading by 14. Here's Matthews. Stolen by Thompson. Driving inside. That's his third basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
That first step is so dangerous with Amen. I mean, he was just gone.
Pass to Barlow. Outside man. Here's Matthews. Misses the 3.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And Thompson gets it to go.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Here's Gay, defended by Thompson. Pass to Matthews. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Houston.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And here's Green from the arc. Eason can't get it to go.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
He got it up. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks earning this break in the action, up 10. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. Rockets trail by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul. Oh, Thompson from deep three-point land. Eason can't get it to go.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Niang outside. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Salatum Twitter online.
At the United Center, Chicago fans are cheering for their Bulls. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Pass to James. Fades. Rebounded by Vucevic.
Well, that's what you get when you go for style points with a fadeaway, and look, he paid the price.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering. His group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
Here's Buzelis. 5 to shoot. Giddey hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. Of course, they know they have their work cut out for them with LeBron on the court. He told me James hasn't really lost a step. He's a constant problem out there, so I'm ready to try anything, including just throwing extra bodies at him. Of course, that probably means some double teams in LeBron's immediate future. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Now here's White. Connects from three-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open. How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
On the wing, Doncic. Shoots over Ball. Reeves outside. And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's LeBron. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
There's so much power on LeBron's drive. The defense, they just more or less clear out.
Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with him, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 7. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Pass to Hachimura.
2 minutes.
And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
Ball with the bucket.
I love seeing Ball be aggressive on offense. Good at knowing when to take initiative.
Lakers trail by 6. LeBron shot is off. White down low. Buzelis, no one around him. And the 3 off target. Reeves, that's a 2-pointer. It's rebounded by Giddey.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Chalk up 2 there.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And so it's the Lakers with it. The Bulls getting the bucket. Doncic, no good. Pass to Buzelis. White, left side. On the wing, Giddey. Outside, White. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now the Lakers on the break. Reeves can't hit. And here is Giddey. And stolen by LeBron. And the dunk by James.
And how about the out-of-this-world athleticism? LeBron can finish just about any alley-oop with authority.
To the wing right side. The Bulls with another miss. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Here's Hayes. It's been all about Lonzo Ball for Chicago. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Out left to the wing. Now Buzelis. And Ball slams it in.
There is no doubt that Ball brings his flight gear to the arena. The man has a little bit of bounce on him.
And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Chicago leading by 8. Herter with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Buzelis.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
To the inside. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Buzelis' shot is good.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
Here's Chicago. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And the foul called on Austin Reeves. That's his first foul. Second quarter of action, about 1.5 minutes played. Pass to Buzelis. And Buzelis gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Doncic. Nothing on the board. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And the Lakers with some changes. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Now here's Len following the miss by Lonzo Ball. And it's Goodwin missing. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Kept alive. Pass to Buzelis. Back to White. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. White's got his first bucket in this one.
And love the commitment from White. Took the bump, went up strong, and rewarded with 2 points.
Vincent misses. Here's Chicago. They're on a 12-3 run. Here's Buzelis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And Buzelis is in a rhythm now. He's playing to his strengths and taking what is offered from the defense.
Chicago leading by 17. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
White, good. White's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense. And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
You aren't exaggerating. You don't get to 20 rebounds without having a special talent for grabbing misses. Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
54 seconds left in the first half of basketball. LeBron with some nice D. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Lakers. And here's Reeves outside. And Vucevic pulls it down. Here's Chicago. They're on an 18-3 run. Buzelis' shot is good.
And how about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done.
Doncic fires from way outside. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Bulls leading by 23. Buzelis, the open look. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
Here's Giddey. And the foul is called. It's the Eastern Conference on display featuring the Detroit Pistons. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Back to Duren. Out to Thompson. Just 4 to shoot. For 3, Harris. Rebound by the Hawks. And now here comes Okongwu leading the break. Now Reza Shea. Young with no one around. Offline with his 3. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Pass to Reza Shea. Inside. Here's Okongwu. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him, maybe send them double teams too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thanks, David. Pass to Daniels. Here's Reza Shea. Back to Young. There's a good screen from downtown. Rebounded by the Pistons. Over in the corner, Cunningham. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Young for 3. The Pistons lead it. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. I mean, you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's Reza Shea. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Detroit leading by 4. Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Knocked away. Pass to Reza Shea. Young from outside. Hits it from three-point range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Out to Thompson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Connects from three-point range.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Daniels. Now Okongwu. Here's Reza Shea. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And such a nice stroke for a rookie. Reza Shea looking like a polished shooter already.
Out to Harris. Lets the three fly. Outside Hardaway. And stolen by Okongwu. Reza Shea wide open. That misses, and a chance to tie it there. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Duren. And it's sent back by Okongwu. He takes it in. Here's Reza Shea. The basket good off the assist from Young. Reza Shea's got 5.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons ahead. They lead by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Here is Cunningham. Caris LeVert making his last shot.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Here's LeVert. From down in the low post, it goes. LeVert's got his second basket of the game.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
The Hawks leading. Here's Krejci. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And this kid, Reza Shea, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Pistons trailed by 3. He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin, and they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008, and with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
Aston Niang from the arc. Krejci, no good. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. And Yeah, an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now, here's Cunningham. 7 points in the game. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Pass to Krejci. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Krejci's got it all tied up now for the Hawks. Out to Hardaway. Back to Cunningham. And again, Detroit turns it over. And the Hawks with possession here. Out to the right wing. Gay. No good with the triple. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Here's Harris. Back to Cunningham. The 17-footer goes down. Cunningham's got 9.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
Knocks down the 3-ball. Krejci's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Hawks. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Pass to Daniels. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Krejci. Back to Daniels. Jacks up a 3. Right wing. Here's Krejci. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to talk to his guys. So it's both teams making substitutions here. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. Schroeder surveying the floor. Here's Stewart. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Stewart's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
And it's Risa Shea missing. The Pistons trailing. And it's Beasley in the corner. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it, but it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
So it's the Hawks now, after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. There's the drive. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it out to Beasley. Here's Holland. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hawks lead by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great. Young looking it over. Pass to Daniels. A wide open look here for Okongwu. Drills the three-pointer. Okongwu's now got the first points of the second half here for the Hawks. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Gotta respect that Cunningham takes charge, making something happen and drawing the contact.
Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu was a big part of what we did in Orlando. Yes. Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
4 on the clock. Hardaway. Rebound by the Hawks. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Now, here is Young. He's got 9. And the basket is good. And it's a 10-point Atlanta lead.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He's made the decision he wants to huddle up with his guys. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Outside Hardaway. To the middle. Here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
How about that finish by Harris? He sees his opening and does not hesitate to rise up and be free.
Three-pointer, Daniels. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Daniels has got the lead up to 13 now for the Hawks. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Back to Duren.
2 minutes in the third.
And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
The shot by Okongwu, no good. Pistons trailed by 13. Down low. Here's Duren. Nobody near Schroeder. Drains it from beyond the arc. Schroeder's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Cloak loose. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Substitution for your Hawks, Terrence Mann. Karis LeVert.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Okongwu. Tipped away. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Mann. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Now here's Schroeder. Back to Harris. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. LeVert from outside. Another three for Atlanta.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
The Hawks leading by 14. Here's Mann. Another three for Atlanta.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
Here's Harris. And here at the end of the third quarter. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Pistons trailed by 17. Pass to Holland. Fontecchio with it. To the inside. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Here's Barlow. Niang in the corner. Here's Mann. Here he goes. Pass to LeVert. The three. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's Schroeder. Barlow grabs the rebound. The Hawks leading by 15. LeVert in the corner. Launches a three. No good that time. And Schroeder's got the ball here for the Pistons. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. No good from Beasley.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
And Stewart gets it to go.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And that's going to be a travel.
Pistons ball. Substitution on the court.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. A different look here for Detroit. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. I'm going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Yeah. My wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college, and she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Oh, goodness. Atlanta leading by 11. Three-pointer, Daniels. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Here's Thompson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Young outside. The 3. To end the cold streak. Rebounded by the Pistons. Cunningham inside. Cunningham on the wing. Over Daniels. And it's good off the glass.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
It's good.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Detroit.
Young with the steal. Launches from deep. Duren pulls it in. Pistons trail by 9. It's Thompson off the drive. And Thompson throws it down.
So fast of foot on the run, Osir, tough to catch.
Okongwu's shot is good. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Hawks.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
Here's Harris, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Hawks lead.
Time and time again, Harris stepping up with plays to help his team. That guy is a gamer.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard J.B. Bickerstaff talking with his team. He challenged his team. He said they're not going to give us this one. We have to take it from them, starting now. See if that message resonated. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Monster points from Thompson. No fear in the big moment.
And they needed that free throw to fall, and he knew it. Huge shot to make it a one-possession game.
There's the triple. Duren pulls it in.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Young for 3. Rebound, Detroit.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And they get it back. Back to Hardaway. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. Hardaway, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Yeah, he's been a beast on the glass. a monster night for him.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick one.
Substitution on the court.
And here's Cunningham. Beasley outside. Right between the eyes. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Here we go.
Daniels with it. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. That's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. On the wing, Hardaway. Back to Cunningham. Now Hardaway. Back to Cunningham.
A nice up fake by Cunningham. He does all the little things that help him generate points. Right here, he just gets himself to the line.
First free throw is good. And so Cunningham nails both of them.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
Pass to Young. And he makes good on the layup. And that's 15 points for Trae Young.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
And Cunningham with the slam.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there. Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Left side, Harris. Here's Duren. Out to Thompson. And it's sent back by Okongwu. And here's Young from the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. And it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Here's Cunningham. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Okongwu. Buries it down low. And the Hawks lead by 7.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
Yes, sir. Cade Cunningham embracing the role of a leader.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. On the wing, Daniels. 5 to shoot. Duren pulls it in. The Pistons on offense. Harris drives in. Here's Thompson. Rebound, Atlanta. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie bar the door.
To the right side. Here's the 3. The shot by Okongwu, no good.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
And you like how physical Harris can get inside, always looking to initiate contact on offense.
He gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And Harris drops them both.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a 1-possession game.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And so it's Atlanta with it. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Pistons with possession here. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. There's 18 seconds left in overtime. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Here's Cunningham. From outside the arc. And no good that time. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. And here's Harris from the arc. Detroit, no good that time either. And they'll get another chance. And so the Hawks take the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And that about wraps it up.
aim.
Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, here is Harden, and there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul. Harden looking it over. Screen by Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say. That, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Halliburton was hungry for that hoop, taking the ball right to the rack and drawing the foul.
The Pacers shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle, and I asked him how you deal with James Harden tonight, and Coach said his focus is not letting Harden get the matchups he wants, not allowing him to get ISOs. Coach said he has to work for it tonight, so they will try to throw some resistance his way, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David.
That shot by Halliburton, not easy. Taking the hit and still finishing the play.
Here is Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's Leonard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Nembhard with it. Pass to Siakam. Now Halliburton. Shot clock at 6. Turner for 3. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Shoots from 8. There's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Shots good by Siakam.
Oh, and they made him work for it, but Siakam knows how to finish strong inside.
And it's sent back by Turner. Here's Nesmith. It's hauled in by Zubac. Leonard on the wing. There's the triple. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
You set him up more often than not. Leonard will knock him down.
Pass to Nembhard. And here is Nesmith. Guarded by Powell. A nice shot by Nesmith.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
It's Harden with the drive. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Indiana leading. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And here's the fast break. And Harden wide open. He shoots. A miss that time would have put him up. On offense, here are the Pacers. Siakam for 3. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Harden outside. Driving the lane. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
How about the concentration? I mean, Harden is used to finishing past intense defense. There he goes, doing it again.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle. Here's Powell. Still scoreless. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Back to Powell. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Carries it from three-point range. And that'll tie this game up.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Outside Turner. Now Nesmith. Back to Turner. And the layup's good off the glass.
Confident in the paint. Turner knows he can cash in from this area.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Harden's shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Clippers.
There's 18 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Always going up for the alley-oop here. That shot no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
With 1 on the clock. And finished off by Siakam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And so is Indiana. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pacers.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and rolls.
Tyrese Halliburton is flat out special, Clark. Yeah, you say it all the time. He is an absolute machine on offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum level capability. His turnover numbers outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, a better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
Here's Halliburton. Clippers able to drain the three. Outside, Bryant. Pass to Nesmith. 5 on the clock. Outside for Halliburton. Launches it. Eubanks grabs the miss. Clippers trail by 4. Bogdanovich wide open. The three-pointer no good. Siakam left side. Halliburton feeling it out a bit. In the corner, it's Nesmith. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And here's Bryant for 3. Cans it from downtown. Bryant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And the Clippers making a switch here. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 7. Halliburton with the steal. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. Here's Eubanks. Halliburton with the steal. And now Siakam pushing it up and no one back to stop him.
To a girl.
Brian Anderson here, alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
Yeah, that is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game. And slam that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
I don't know, but it seems like Morant's got springs or something in his shoes.
And it's Leonard with the ball for Los Angeles. Pass to Harden. Out to Leonard. Takes a three. The rebound by Jackson.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Back to Morant. To the wing, right side. Jackson outside. 5 on the clock. With the teardrop. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. And the Clippers making a change here. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Morant. Kicks it out to Bane. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies. I asked him how they'll approach the matchup against James Harden. Coach told me, well, James is at his best going to the rim and operating behind the three-point line, so we want to try and force him to work in that in-between area as best as we can. They'll be following the analytics with that defensive strategy, B.A.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Harden after the basket by Memphis. To the paint. And the layup is good.
Quick shooting from Simmons. Nice setup by his team on that catch and shoot.
Pass to Wells. Outside Morant. Here's Jackson. Off target with the three. To the inside. Leonard. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Oh, the slam from Leonard. Love watching him finish with force.
Here's Morant. Pass to Bane. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Clippers.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
And that one's good. Simmons.
Playing bully ball inside. Simmons very effective around the rim.
Here's Morant. Here's Wells. On the wing, Bane. He's got 5. And here's Morant outside. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 4. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Yeah, smart about picking his spots. That time, Leonard senses opportunity and flies up the floor.
Left side, Morant. Back to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Well, so much can be said about Jared.
Oh, throw it down. Wow.
Big time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
Jackson, the screen. Kicks it out to Bane. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Bane's got 8.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Grizzlies trail by 3. Outside Bane. Outside Morant. Pass to Edey. Now here's Jackson. Outside Bane. Inside. Shot's good by Morant.
Closer in. Look, let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
Outside for Harden. Here's Simmons. He got a piece of it. From deep, Bane. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him. Here's Simmons. Outside for Harden. Got it off in time. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Desmond Bane getting it done for Memphis. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. Back to the game after this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
Pass to Stevens. Into the lane. Here's Edey. Tipped. Here's Leonard. Leonard just muscles his way in.
Inside, Leonard has so many go-to moves. He knows how to get by into a shot.
After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Grant.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, B.A. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they have the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys.
The skill, the grace, Morant.
As usual, Morant bringing down the house.
Pass to Zubac. There's Bogdanovich with the 3. Knocks down the triple. Bogdanovich has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Morant. Over to the left wing. Here's Stevens. Outside Bane. Morant with it. And they'll get another chance. Shot clock at 3. Here's Stevens. That 3's off the mark. The Clippers in the lead. Bogdanovich from long range. Coffee on the wing. From behind the arc. Drops in the 3.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open 3s like that. What are you doing?
Here's Jackson. Leonard pulls down the board.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focus all the way through the play.
Pass to Coffee. Back to Leonard. Kawhi, so steady inside.
Oh, this is why you get Leonard the ball inside and just let him go to work.
Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard. But Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from three for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
Here's Coffey. Outside for Harden. Morant with it. Harden picks him up. The three from Bane. It's rebounded by Zubac.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Bogdanovich on the wing. Back to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Now here's Bogdanovich. Guarded by Bane. Just 5 to shoot. Zubac. Ooh, went in there strong and tried to power it down. But he drew the contact, and he'll head to the line. It's on Desmond Bane. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And the Clippers making a change here. And he sinks the second. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
What a pass from Morant. He does a terrific job staying alert, seeking out the right opportunities to get his teammates involved.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Now Dunn to the middle. Here's Eubanks. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Grizzlies trail by 5. For all the adversity Memphis faced last season, Richard, there were some silver linings.
They had a lot of talented young players get more minutes than they might have otherwise due to the injuries, and there is nothing more valuable than experience.
And that's good as he hits both shots. 1:10 left to play in the first half. Outside Mills. Powell outside. No good on the three. And so it's Memphis with it. It's a three-point game. Pass to Wells. And here's Jackson. He's got 5.
We talk about Jackson's elite shooting for a big, but this is the other thing that he can do when his mindset is to attack.
Here's Mills. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 3.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Jackson. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket. Jackson's got 7 points here in the quarter. Pass to Mills. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. There's 18 seconds left in the second period. And here's Morant outside. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Morant's got 9.
Look, when you're as explosive as Ja, then opponents are going to let you take shots from deep.
Memphis calls timeout. 1 second left. It's tipped. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Memphis ahead, up by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And the Grizzlies with possession here. The lead is 2. Pass to Kennard. They set a pick. Down low. Here's Huff. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Now here's Dunn. The 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Edey.
Clippers ball. Substitution on the court.
Three-pointer, Harden. Grizzlies with the rebound. To the paint. Here's Kennard. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Out to Leonard. Launches it. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Memphis leading by 6. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian, Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities. Pass to Harden. Out to Leonard. Now here's Zubats. Stolen by Kennard. Here's Wells. Three-pointer. Here's Huff. Out to Bagley. Now Kennard. The 3 is up. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound. To the inside. Here's Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
And finding his teammate in stride, he led his guy perfectly.
Outside Bagley. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Bogdanovic from long range. Huff pulls it in. Grizzlies lead by 7. Kennard right side. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. So it's Los Angeles now. Pass to Coffey. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Leonard for 3. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Leonard's got 16 points.
The response from the claw. Leonard really wanted that 3.
Kennard outside. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance. Kennard's got 8 points in the quarter.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Inside. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And timeout called by Ty Lue. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. For the Clippers, Clippers trail by 8. Powell for 3. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Outside Bagley. Pass to Wells. Here's Pippen. No good with the triple.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Batum. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And I like how Batum takes shots that come within the offensive schemes. A high IQ offensive player.
Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. 11 points in the game.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Lets it go from deep. Clippers keep it alive. Batum, right side. Second chance shot. The offensive rebound. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 9. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And timeout called by Ty Lue. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Powell sets a screen. Pass to Mills. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Misses the corner 3. Grizzlies lead by 9. Here's Wells. Powell covers. Jackson for 3. The rebound by Eubanks. Oh, got a piece of it. Batum gets the bucket.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Up top, Mills. And he lays it up and in.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
And so it's Memphis with it. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Pass to Edey. Back to Bane. To the wing on the left. Out to the wing. 4 on the clock. Boom! Ja Morant!
Showing off that vert. Morant attacks the basket with just such intensity. There's not much any defense can do with it.
Here's Dunn. Counted from distance.
And the defense is looking almost lost on the perimeter. That opens up a quality three-point shot, and he delivers.
Big 3 right there, especially at this point in the game. That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Yep, that one goes.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver. For him.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Both teams will make substitutions. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's the pick. Three-pointer, Harden. Sends it home from three-point land. Harden's got his first 3 points of the game.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Leonard. Outside Bogdanovich. With the drive. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And credit to Bogdanovich for not giving up there. He gets his shot off and wins a foul for his trouble.
And it's tied up with that one. And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now.
When it's this close, he's exactly who they want at the strike.
And so Moran will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's deflected. And they get it back. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. James Harden picks one up.
So good at staying in attack mode. When Morant is going at defenses, he forces them to foul him.
And Morant drops them both. And the Clippers with the ball. They trail by 1. Leonard on the wing. Oh, Leonard laces it in from distance.
I-C-E, ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Edie's got his first basket.
The dime courtesy of Morant. I'd love to play with John. He's always looking to move that ball.
Leonard outside. Memphis with a rebound. Here's Aldama. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
Just incredible confidence at the free throw line. That is how you win close games.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Finished off the break. Aldama's got 4 points now in the quarter. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Memphis?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Leonard doesn't shy away from these moments, embracing his role as a leader for his team.
Back to Morant. On the wing, Bane. Pass to Aldama. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Leonard. To the middle. And they recover it. Harden from outside.
Gotta be careful when Jackson is lurking, more than just capable of sending it back.
And here's Memphis. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the right side. Outside Morant. The shot, no good. Ooh, great D that time from Simmons.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
Leonard for 3. Leonard can't get that one to fall. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
9 seconds left in the game. Shot by Leonard, no good. And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Shooting for James Harden. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that brings him within 5. Harden hits them both. Ooh, ripped away. And so the big win by Memphis in a tight game. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
GG, guys. See you next time.